Welcome to Spotlight New England. I'm one of your hosts, Audra McClelland.
And I'm Ashley Erling. I feel like we've been having a little bit of a theme this week.
I feel like we have, right?
Because, again, the weather changing a little bit kind of propels you into that back-to-school feeling.
Totally.
And back-to-school mode. So you've been telling me, though, about, first of all of your kids going back to school.
Yes.
Because there's a lot you need to do for
There's
that.
a lot we got to do for that.
But a show that you've been falling into.
Yeah, so Lifetime has this show. It's a mom's guide to sorority rushing. And, like I was saying to Ashley, I have, three boys in college right now. So I'm not in the mom world.
And they're not doing Greek life.
They're not doing
some
Greek life.
Some of their schools do have it.
Yeah, so two of them are at URI, and there's a big Greek life there. But, my son Alex is on the football team. So that's kind of like his group.
Doesn't fit, yeah.
And my son Benjamin will like to be on the football team. So I'm kind of thinking that's going to be his group.
Yeah.
So, it's funny because even last night when I was watching the show, they said that many times you fall into Greek life is because you're looking to have a family on campus. Many people are going away for the first time from their families, and they want to have a feeling of home. And many of them live in these beautiful houses.
But you have to tell me more about it, because I haven't fallen into this sorority TikTok.
You don't think that you're in college like me?
Well, you at least have kids in college.
Yes,
so
true.
It's relevant.
I'm going to say that's why I'm on the algorithm.
It's over the top, right?
It is insane. So, right now, if you go on TikTok, they have literally, it's called actually Bama Rush.
Yep.
So University of Alabama is huge for rushing. And they had this one girl that I guess she said, I was reading the article last night too, 2 years ago, she went online and she did her outfit of the day for her rush. And she said that literally catapulted her life. She went from being kind of like this regular college student from Ohio.
Yeah.
And it put her in such stardom overnight with literally girls throughout the country. She became the face of sorority rushing.
That's so crazy.
And she actually took a step back this year because she's it's been actually so overwhelming for my mental health.
I bet it is.
I have to take a step back.
Well, to pick out an outfit, as we know, every day is really intense. It's too much.
And I didn't know, this is what I'm going to forget, but there's 4 days of actual rushing for sorority. Okay. So one of them is I know one of them is philanthropy day. One of them is meet and greet. One of them is bid day, but you have to have
a specific outfit.
Yes. But one of the days you just wear a t-shirt and shorts that they provide you, or at least that they've told you to wear a pink short and a shirt. But the other days it is on fire. Yeah. It is wearing over the top.
And when you say dresses, are we in dresses?
These girls are wearing dresses. A lot of the brands that I really kind of understood seeing how cute it would be, but Love Shack Fancy.
Okay.
It's very that cute little preppy ruffle. Altered State. I know my daughter loves Altered State.
Okay.
A lot of those cute little things. But then you have some girls that are full on glam or full on fashion, where you're looking at brands that are a little bit more obviously over the top. One of the girls had a Chanel little suit.
Oh my God.
It just is all over the place. But it is entertaining.
Yeah.
But oh my God, it was never like that when I was in college.
I was telling, no, not for me either.
No.
Not at all. I was telling you earlier today, my touch point for sorority life was Beverly Hills 90210.
That was it.
When they were rushing, when they went away to college, and I think Donna was the only one that ended up eventually joining sorority, but that episode stuck out so much to me. So that's what I think of. But also, even with the moving into dorms and things like that, everything is so over the top.
It's over the top
with
now.
Matching each other and getting coordinating your bedding and your accessories and things like that. I mean, you have all of your college age children are boys. So is it as intense?
No, it's not at all. I mean, Alex, what color scheme did you want? He's I don't know, blue.
Yeah, I was blue, right? It must be blue.
Even Benjamin last night, I'm what color bedspread should we get you? He's I don't know. And I said, well, let's just do a dark blue like we did for Alex. Yeah. And then my son William, because his colors are green. I just got him everything that was hunter green.
You got everything
he
green.
Cared less.
You love a theme.
I love a good color scheme.
Yeah.
So tonight I'm going to take Benjamin out, and we, and it's things that you don't even think of, toiletries.
Yeah.
Extra clothing. It's even hangers, little hangers for the door for a heavy towel.
Oh,
things you don't think about. Yeah. So I'm in full college mode.
You are in full college mode, even for even for the Southern girls.
Even for this, please, I'm Megan, this girl.
I mean, good luck to Victoria.
I want to see if Madison gets into
Good
rush.
luck to Victoria when she eventually ends up going to college.
My daughter.
I can't even imagine what it's going to be like by then.
I love it.
Well, we have a lot more coming up today on Spotlight New England, so stay with us. Welcome back to Spotlight New England. And you know we love local brands and being able to get to know the people behind the brands a little bit better. And I'm very excited because today we have on a brand that I've been a fan of for a while, even though I've been saying the name wrong the whole time. But it doesn't matter. I still love them. It's Minot Candles, which I've been saying Minot, which you said isn't like, it's kind of fun because you get to have a play on what you originally were calling it, right?
Exactly, yeah. You know, if you're from the South Shore where we're from, it's named after a lighthouse. And so if you're from that area, you know how to pronounce it. But otherwise, you might think it's French.
Yeah.
So I love that play because it's also inspired by my European travels. So for me, it felt like the perfect fit.
Yeah, and you were saying that when you created the brand, you know, you really were inspired a lot by your travel. You liked the whole French and Parisian aspect of it. So tell us more about your brand, Minot Candles, which I am just obsessed with.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, so the brand is inspired by my travels because my husband and I, boyfriend at the time, were in Europe, and we were, you know, eating all the food, drinking all the wine, and just didn't feel bloated, didn't feel hungover. So I really was curious what the difference in the foods were, and from there kind of snowballed into discovering how toxic, you know, beauty can be and home products. And then that led to candles, and most candles are very toxic. And my mom always had them in our home growing up, so they always provided a sense of warmth and comfort for me. And so I wanted to find a non-toxic alternative, and there weren't too many on the market. They were kind of like boring scents.
Yeah.
And so from there, it kind of just came to be. I started making them for myself and family and friends. And then 2020 happened, and we were in COVID. People were home. Which actually helped my business.
Right, because everyone was trying to make their own space.
Exactly.
Really feel like
sacred and special.
And,
So that's when we launched, was in 2020, and all through Instagram, actually. It was kind of by chance, kind of by plan, but a lot of local influencers really were supportive of my brand, and now we're all over the US and Europe. So it's been a really exciting ride.
So, Kerry, when you started it, like, tell me, so when you did start, did you have the intention to really like go for it during COVID too, with like a business? Or did you have any kind of idea of like a business plan? Like, did you have like a set marketing plan in place? It was COVID, it was difficult, but it's still like, this is the kind of product that I know that people were probably obviously gravitating towards. But what a time to start something.
Yeah, so I actually started working on it in 2019.
Okay.
So, you know, working on the scents took a little bit of time. I say it's kind of like baking, where you kind of have to make small tweaks and see how you like it. But I didn't really have a business plan. To be honest, I have a degree in marketing and entrepreneurship, so it's always been something that interested me, but this was definitely my first business. I was in corporate world before this, working for the man, but it just kind of happened. I didn't have a formal business plan. You know, friends and family kept asking for them, and so then I started researching, like, what's the market size, how much capital does it take to start a candle business, and was getting all the right answers. So then I had to tell my parents that I was going to do
How'd that go?
That was interesting. The only question my dad could muster was, what are you going to do for healthcare?
Yeah, okay, that's a parent question.
Yeah,
that's a parent question.
It was a fair question that I didn't have an answer to.
Yes.
But now I think that they're excited that
They're
I did
excited
this.
that you did it.
Yeah.
I love that.
So take us through how you learned and taught yourself how to develop a candle, though, especially one that is non-toxic. And tell us more about what that really means, because I think we hear these buzzwords a lot, like non-toxic and sustainable, and we know it's good. But like, what does that really mean, especially for us as women? I mean, it's such a big thing.
Of course, yeah. So I think for me, the biggest thing is like the hormone disruptors, speaking to women. And a lot of fragrance can be disruptive to our hormones. So for us, we use essential oils to fragrant our candles, which is super important to me. The other thing that's important is the type of wax that the candle is made from. So we use all domestically sourced soy wax, so that there's not any harmful chemicals in the product. Something like a petroleum-based wax can be really harmful if you think you're burning petroleum in your home and you're breathing that in. It's not going to be great for you. So those are the key things. The other thing that's important for us that we try to be as sustainable as we possibly can, all of our packaging is made from recycled materials. In addition to, don't do any plastic, and our wicks are also cotton. So everything down to the wick is thought through.
I mean, these are the most beautiful candles.
They are chic as chic can be.
They really are. Look at how cool that is.
Not as important as non-toxic, but I know like the vessel, and you'll even do like limited release ones and special ones. So tell us more about the design, how you go through that whole process. I mean, they're nice to put out as well, just as decor in your home.
Yeah, and so that was important to me as well. I think, you know, these are living in your home. They should be beautiful, and they should be a piece of decor. So I wanted to create a vessel that would be that anyone's style that you match with. So like they look really great in my mom's home, which is a little bit more traditional than my home, and they really pair well with any type of decor. The other thing for me is, like you mentioned, we do limited releases and we do vintage vessels. So that's another way that we love to be sustainable is try to reuse these vessels. And picking vessels that people will reuse in different ways too in their home.
So
it's been
smart.
really fun.
How do you decide on like the different scents? Like, did you start off with like did you start off like with what did you start off with, and like why did you decide, like you said, even pulling things together, it would be like creating a recipe?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's kind of like baking. So I usually have like a couple of scent notes that I want to like have in mind for a scent, and then from there I'll make small tweaks like, okay, this is a little too strong, or it's not interesting enough for whatever reason. The other thing I try to do is create something based off of an emotion. So like, do I want the person to feel relaxed when they're using this candle? Do I want them to feel energized? So those are the types of things that I like kind of come together of like, what's the purpose of this candle?
I love that.
And you're a really great follow on Instagram and social media for anyone who, you know, is getting to know the brand. Definitely give you a follow. But one of the things you always talk about, which I love, it's like almost like romanticizing this, and you know why scent is so important and how it evokes emotion. You even do like, you know, scents for people for weddings and things like that. Talk more about that, and just like, you know, a candle is beautiful in your home. We all love a candle, but there's really so much more to it.
Yeah. So scent is tied to most memories. So if you think about, you know, you probably can remember that shampoo that you used when you were a teenager, or what your first boyfriend smelled like. Like those are the types of things that you will never forget. And so for me, I think it's really important to have those things like a signature scent in your home that your friends always are like, oh, this smells like Ashley. This smells like Audrey. Like this is their home. But you mentioned weddings. So luckily I had already started working on this when I got married, and I created a signature scent for my wedding, which is actually Voyage, a candle that we sell now.
So cool.
So for that one I wanted, I got married at the beach, so I wanted something that was like slightly beachy but also like romantic. And so that candle always reminds me of my wedding and brings me back. So it's been really fun to also do that for friends and family, like creating some scents for them for their wedding.
And what are some of your like, you know, favorite scents, or like what are some of your top sellers, or like what are you loving right now, you know, in a scent profile? Because I will say these all smell absolutely amazing.
What one do you have over there?
This one is Haven, which is fantastic. But they're very unique.
Event Tide.
They're very unique. Like they're not ones that I feel like you can just kind of like pop out to a store and find, but they are inspired kind of by coastal, but they don't read like what you might think is kind of like a traditional like beachy smell.
Well, thank you. Sense. That's my goal. So I really appreciate that. Yes, thank you. So I think that for our bestseller year round is Cliff Walk, and that has sandalwood in it. Sandalwood's been really popular for a while. It's like a very earthy, some would say masculine type of smell, but both men and women really enjoy that scent. And so I wanted to create a play off of that scent, and that's why I created Eventide, actually this brown one.
This one is amazing. It smells so good.
So that one is a newer scent, and my goal with that candle was to create something that if you loved Cliff Walk, you would also love this. It's a little bit more toned down, I would say, like a little less quote-unquote masculine, and I think a little bit more approachable too. So like a summertime version of Cliff Walk, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think that's the one I have a room spray of, I think, right?
Yeah.
And so you do room sprays and things too, and you kind of do different things occasionally as well, right? Haven't you done diffusers?
Yep. We have done diffusers. We do a lot of collabs too. So with other women-owned brands, which has been honestly like one of the most fun parts of the business that just kind of happened out of chance. And it's not only getting to work with other women entrepreneurs, usually it's mostly women, but it's also every collab that I've done, I've really learned something from that other entrepreneur. And it's been such an interesting way to see other people's businesses and how they run their businesses and learning from them too.
What's been like for you the best thing about starting this company? I mean, I know like you said you worked in corporate America before. Now you get to run like your own, you know, you get to really have your own story, your own beginning, your own, and you get to choose how it goes. What's been for you like the best part of this?
For me, I think it's been the people that I've gotten to meet through it. You know, I mean, on Tuesday morning, I get to sit here with you guys.
We love it. We love being able to meet you.
But it's been a really wild journey. Like, I never thought I would be in front of the camera. I never thought I'd be posting my stories on Instagram. But it's how I've connected with also my customers, which has been like so cool and so rewarding. So that's the part that I've enjoyed the most.
That was one of the things I really liked about it when I discovered you. I think via social. I don't even remember how I originally found you, but I loved that you really like kind of took us behind the brand and like what you were doing and what you were working on and why it was important to you. And I know it's for a lot of us, it can feel weird to do that, but it really does help you connect, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And I think for me, you know, it took me a few years to put my face on stories.
Really?
Yeah, I'm definitely an introvert, so it was not comfortable for me. But as soon as I did, I really started to feel that connection with people. And I also had to realize too that the brands that I really loved and admired, I knew who the founder was. I knew what that person cared about. So once I got over it, I started to be able to do it more.
Yeah, and you've even been like sharing your outfits, which I love.
I loved your jeans today. When she's printed jeans
you know
on.
what I really like about what's happening in social media right now is that like it really does feel like friends and girlfriends coming together and just kind of like making new friends. Like I met you via social media and it was so funny when we like today met in real life that we hadn't met in real life yet.
Right.
But it feels like these are my friends. Like I'm like, oh my God, that outfit is so cute. And like, you know, the new scents you're working on, obviously I obviously follow everything you do, but like I feel like it's this kind of like almost movement unintentionally of us all just kind of like getting to like crowdsource from each other or something and get to know each other.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that you are so smart in terms of like really just allowing yourself to be like you are the business. It is your passion. It's your love. It's the reason you started it, to share this to other people. And I think to allow people into your life, it would make me want to buy from you even more because I have this like personal. I feel like I would have like your point, a really good personal connection with you.
Yeah, it's been definitely very interesting. I never thought I'd be taking my morning selfies. I haven't been doing it recently. Life's been a little chaos. I haven't people know if like I'm chaotic if I'm not doing it.
Stage of life.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And I haven't been truthful. I don't really post my sweatpant outfits. But
I love it.
You're like, this is a good day.
Yeah. Right. I don't do that.
We all do that.
Right.
I mean, it's real. You just omit the day when you're
my kitchen always
the hair
looks
wash
clean.
and you're like,
my dogs always look groomed. Like this is a perfect side of them.
Exactly.
Now I get it. Oh, where can people find you?
Yeah. So we're on Instagram at Minot Candle, and then online at minotcandle.com.
And then quickly before we let you go, because I wanted to touch on this too, tips to prolong your candle life.
Yes. The biggest thing if you don't want to do anything is the first time you burn a candle, burn it for our large size candles at least 4 hours.
Okay.
So that the top of the candle burns all the way through.
Oh.
And that way you'll be able to have the whole life of the candle, so it doesn't have like a tunnel at the top or like
that's a
so all of the wax
because that
burns.
makes the tunnel makes it not burn like
all the way across,
right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yep. And the other thing is
that.
to trim your wicks, which people hate to do, but
I know,
it's
but
important.
it is something to do. It is important to do.
It is. I did get a little one of those things though. Whatever they're called.
Trimmers. Yeah.
Oh, you did?
I did.
I
don't always use it, but when I remember, I feel like I'm doing a good.
You're like a grown up. You're like a grown up.
Yes, that's me and my grown up. Thank you so much.
You were so great.
Thank you for having me.
Really, these truly are beautiful, beautiful scents, and a lot of fun to kind of like get to experience if you're reading the website, and it's just a lot of fun. So thank you so much for joining us in person today, and stick around. We still have more coming up on Spotlight New England. Welcome back to Spotlight New England. We're still like smelling
I know.
these amazing candles over here. We can't stop talking about it. But we're trying to get out more and more across New England, and I loved seeing this today. This is a dog mountain is what it's called.
Yes.
Up in Vermont, and of course, you know, we don't always get up to Vermont, so I thought this was a really fun feature, especially for dog lovers. So check it out.
Technically a miracle drug, the CDC says owning a dog can offer plenty of health perks. With medical experts citing how Fido can help increase people's chances of getting outside to exercise, which can help decrease blood pressure and cholesterol levels. Pets also provide emotional support, which can help people manage feelings of depression and loneliness.
Just a beautiful area.
And here in the States lies a pristine place dedicated to upholding the bond between man and man's best friend.
The property itself is 150 acres of fenceless and leash-optional park.
Dog Mountain is a massive park located in northeastern Vermont.
A pilgrimage place and a sanctuary.
And it continues attracting visitors from all over the country.
It's very rare you see something like this anywhere. We've been traveling all over the U.S. for 5.5 months.
It was established 25 years ago.
It was created by Stephen Hunick and his wife Gwen, and Stephen was a folk artist of international renown.
And the property features plenty of hiking trails, ponds for swimming, and space for people and pets to explore. Dog Mountain also has an art gallery and a chapel.
All are welcome to come here.
The chapel features pictures and notes owners have written honoring their companions, past and present.
I did put a note up for my previous border collie, he was my best buddy.
I was telling you, my friend actually got engaged there.
Which is, when you told me the backstory.
So, well, I was going to say, my friend that you know and now intimately from my bachelorette trip, everybody bonded. But I had first heard about that place from her when she got engaged, and they were like, she's the biggest dog lover on the planet, basically. And so that, you know, her fiance, they were up in Vermont, and he surprised her by taking her there.
I love that.
And then surprised her even more by getting engaged there, which for her is like the perfect
thing,
because that was like, for her, like truly, like just like the most amazing place because she loves dogs so much.
It really, I mean, if you are a dog lover, like you said at the beginning of that, you know, it is a place that you should, you know, go to. I think anyone that like even has lost a dog or, you know, obviously even like just has had one for years, it's such a great spot.
Yeah, and you now are in the dog brigade.
I'm a dog owner. What can I say?
You're a dog mom.
I'm a dog mom. They were sick last night. Did I tell you that?
No.
All night, every hour on the hour.
That sounds horrible.
I know. It was around like 4 a.m. Like we haven't done this in forever.
I was gonna say, at least you know now with all of your kids going off to college that
I could never go back and start over.
Well, no, that you still have little beings to take care of.
Well, it's funny. I did say to my husband this morning when I was late, I'm like, you know what? I said, you know what this shows me? We couldn't. This is why you don't have kids at our age.
Yeah.
I'm like, you just don't have them at our age because we're so tired.
Yeah, it sounds exhausting.
So it was a lot. But that was cute.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No, it's a fun thing. And again, I wish, you know, it was a quicker car ride to Vermont because there's so many great things up there. I love Vermont. I think it's such a beautiful state, but as much as we can get it out there.
We're trying. And I was saying to Ashley too, because we have 2 golden retrievers, but there's a golden retriever farm up there where you can actually go and they let you do like photo ops. There's puppies and all that.
Fun.
So I know my daughter is like dying to go there.
I mean,
and
she
bring
lives
our
in
dogs.
one. Oh, I was gonna say
you could bring your dogs.
Okay.
But like, yeah, she like told me all about it. So we'll have to check it out at some point.
Road trip for the fam.
I love that.
Thanks for joining us today on Spotlight New England. We'll see you next time.